Good morning and welcome. So this is our yoga mix class. My name is Kelly. For this morning's practice, we're going to take the skeleton of the Core 26 and 2 class, or the Bikram 60-minute class that we do, and do some variations, some modifications of that practice. But we'll be using that skeleton as our base today. So for today's practice, I'm going to offer using blocks and a strap. So I've got 2 blocks and a strap. Know that if you don't have a strap, you could just use a belt. You could use any kind of a scarf or a tie. For blocks, you could use books or boxes, anything that you have. And if you don't have props, that's absolutely fine too. I'll give variations that you don't have to have props as well. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to get started standing with a breathing exercise. So pranayama breathing exercises kind of help to warm up our entire bodies, and they help us to center in, getting us ready for practice. So the toes and heels could be together, or you can let the feet be a little bit apart. It's completely up to you. Just take a couple of moments to arrive for your practice. So maybe even close down the eyes. Just let the shoulders relax away from the ears. And maybe you spin your palms forward. So this is Tadasana, or mountain pose. This is kind of where we'll come in between our shapes and postures today to reset. So let's take a nice breath together. Inhale in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale, and release. Beautiful. You can let the eyes stay closed if you'd like, or you could blink them open. Again, we're going to link breath with movement here. So I'm going to cue breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. But if you would prefer to breathe in and out through the nose, both, that's absolutely okay for you. Let your palms spin forward towards the front of your space. As you inhale in through the nose, circle the arms out to the side, lift them up. Hands come to prayer. You can look up if that's okay on your neck. And then open mouth, exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. As you inhale, reach your prayer forward. And then open the arms out to the side. And then as you exhale, bring the hands back together. And hands come to heart center. Beautiful. As you inhale, press your prayer up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, circle the arms down by the side. You can even resist a little bit here with the hands, almost as you're moving your hands through water. Beautiful. We'll do that again. As you inhale, spin the palms, lift the arms up. You can look up, connect the palms, exhale, hands to heart center. Keeping the palms together, inhale, reach them forward in your space, and then open them out to the side. And then exhale, bring the hands back together. Again, if you'd like, you can resist a little bit here. Hands come back into heart center. Inhale, press your prayer up towards the sky, look up. Open the arms, exhale, release, circle the arms down. Again, create a little bit of resistance there if you'd like. Beautiful. We'll do that one more time like this. Inhale, reach the arms up, connect the palms. Open mouth, exhale, hands to heart center. Keeping the palms together, inhale, reach them forward in your space. Continue your inhale, reach them open to the side. And then hands come together, exhale, hands heart center. Inhale, press the prayer up. And then exhale, arms down by the side. Beautiful. Taking one more variation here. As you inhale, circle the arms up. You can again look up towards your hands. As you exhale, this time we find cactus arms. So bend into the elbows. See if you can widen the collarbones here and take a gentle back bend. Beautiful. As you inhale, reach the hands up, connect them. And then exhale, circle the arms down by the sides. Cool. We'll do that 2 more times. As you inhale, open the arms up, connect the palms. Exhale, cactus your arms, gentle back bend. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, circle it down. Again, it's up to you whether you're wanting to create that little bit of resistance in the arms. We'll take one more. Inhale, circle the arms up. And exhale, cactus your arms. Beautiful. Inhale, reach it up. Look up if you'd like. And then exhale, arms down by the side. Beautiful. So we've come back to our Tadasana or mountain pose. Now if your feet are together, I'd like you to bring them about hips width distance. So find your inner hip bones and look down. Imagine that your feet are about lined up with that. And if you can, try to have your feet pointing forward so your heels are invisible behind your toes. We're going to take variations of half moon pose to warm up our spine. As you inhale, circle the arms up over the top of the head. Beautiful. As you exhale, let your right hand come down and reach your left fingertips across. Yes, so taking a side stretch here. The right hand can hold on to the thigh here for a little bit of support. Or if you'd like to take it a little bit deeper, you can encircle the wrist and flip the left palm towards the sky, and then take that side bend just a little bit deeper. Beautiful. We'll inhale, release, come back through center, and then let the left hand come down and reach the right fingertips across. Again, start out with the support here. You can keep the support, or if you'd like to take it a little bit deeper, encircle the right wrist, turn the right palm up, and then take it just a little bit deeper. Beautiful. As you inhale, come back up through center. We're going to circle the arms around to our back. So place your hands on your lower back. You can squeeze the elbows back. We're going to take a supported back bend here. As you inhale, lift your chest up and then just gently press your hips forward. We're taking a back bend here, keeping the chest lifted. If you'd like, you could drop the head back, but you don't have to. Take a couple breaths here. Beautiful. And then gently rise back up. Hands come onto the hips. Bend your knees and then very slowly begin to fold forward. Keep that nice bend in your knees here. Hands can come onto the earth or perhaps onto blocks if you would like. And then allow the head and neck to relax. So that nice deep bend in the knees here, keeping the stomach attached to the thighs, allows that lower back to start to warm up. And here you can bounce into the opposite knees if you would like. You could take ragdoll pose. Take a couple of motions here just to kind of warm the hamstrings up. A couple deep knee bends if that feels good to you. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take a halfway lift. So let your fingertips come towards the earth. And then as you inhale, slide your hands onto your shins and begin to lengthen the spine. So the goal here is the shoulders and the hips are even, so your belly's towards the earth, lengthening spine. And then exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Beautiful, we'll do that again. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale and fold. One more time. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. From here, bring your hands onto your hips. Keep your spine long and rise all the way back up. Let your arms come up over the top of your head for a moment so you don't get lightheaded. And then exhale, arms down by the side. Beautiful, yogis. Second variation here. As you inhale, circle your arms up. This time we're going to interlace the fingers and flip the palms up towards the sky. As you inhale, reach long through the body. As you exhale, bring the body down towards the right. Again, taking that little side stretch, try to make it a true sideways bend. So making sure that your shoulders and hips are in one line. And we inhale, rise up through center. And then we exhale, we take it over to the left. Maybe you come just a little bit deeper this round, keeping the chest tall, keeping the navel engaged in towards the spine. And as you inhale, rise up. Release the hands behind the back. This time, if you can, interlace the fingers behind the back. If you can't interlace the fingers, this is a place where you could have the strap or scarf. If you can interlace the fingers, just take this stretch for a moment, drop your chin into your chest. Maybe you even see if you can press your palms together. Beautiful, yogis. From here, you have the option to keep this bind, bend deeply into the knees, and slowly, keeping the fist on the sacrum, begin to bring the upper body down towards the lower body. Keep the arms resting on the back to begin. We still have that nice bend in the knees. We're warming up the hamstrings. Now, if you'd like, you do have the option to let those hands come away from the sacrum now. It's going to depend on your shoulders. So your hands come towards the front of your space. Relax the head and neck down here. If it feels good, you could begin to straighten your legs, but again, be a little bit careful with those hamstrings. Give them a chance to warm up. Beautiful. And let's release the grip, so hands come down onto the earth. And again, we take a halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale and fold. Here we're going to take Padangusthasana. So take your peace sign fingers and wrap them around your big toes. So feet should be hips width distance. And again, bend into those knees and allow your stomach to come onto your thighs and pull a little bit on those big toes. Let your elbows come out. This is a little bit of a deeper forward fold. You can begin to straighten your legs if you would like as you fold just a little bit deeper. And change. Release the grip. Inhale, halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Lengthen the spine. Again, hands onto the hips and slowly rise up, keeping the spine long. As you rise up, bring the arms up over the top of the head. Beautiful. And then exhale, arms down by the side. Variations of Utkatasana, chair pose, sometimes called awkward pose. For today's practice, if you'd like, we could bring the feet together. This is more vinyasa style, but if you're more comfortable in your chair with your feet hips width, that's absolutely fine too. So begin to bend into the knees and sit your hips down. Imagine that you could hug your navel into your spine and tilt your tailbone down. To begin, bring your hands to heart center. Yes. Sit down a little bit deeper and perhaps glance down. Make sure that you can see your toes over the front of your knees. Otherwise, bring your hips back a little bit. Beautiful. Now, hands could stay here or you could reach your arms forward. And then as you exhale, find those cactus arms. Yes. So taking a little bit of a different variation here. Couple more breaths. Beautiful. And then as you inhale, rise up, bring the hands to heart center. Well, the option in the second set to come up off of the heels a little bit. So come onto your toes, but the legs are together. And kind of zip the legs up. Inhale here. As you exhale, again, sitting down into the chair. So maybe the heels are lifted, maybe they're not. Again, you have the option to take the arms out to cactus arms if you would like. Widen the collarbones here. Inhale. And exhale, rise back up, hands to heart center. So you can do any of the variations that we've already done, or I will offer a third variation. It's a little bit more challenging, breaking up the outer hips. Again, if you'd like, come up off of the heels onto the toes, and then begin to bend into the knees. Hands can stay at heart center, or you can find that cactus arms. This time, the option is, as you inhale, you can open your knees any amount, and then exhale, close them. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Beautiful. Inhale, stand up, hands to heart center, and let the arms come down by the side. Let's shake that one out a little bit. Waking up the body. Beautiful. All right, toes and heels can come back together. We'll find eagle pose, Garudasana. Establish your left from your right hand. Don't mix them up. We're about to twist them up. Inhale, circle the arms up over the top of the head. As you exhale, bring your right arm underneath the left. Now you can cross at the elbow, wrist, palms together, or you could simply do a single cross and then give yourself a hug, walking your fingertips back. Begin to bend into those knees and again, find that chair pose with the legs. And then as you inhale, lift your right leg high up and over the left. Now you could tap the foot here, or you could try to wrap the foot around the back of the calf. Beautiful. If you've got your eagle arms for today's practice, I want you to lift your elbows up. So it's a little bit of a different feel, stretching in between the shoulder blades. Sit down just a little bit deeper, pull everything into the center line. And change. Inhale, unwind, arms up. Other side, as you exhale, the left arm comes underneath the right. Again, just a single wrap, and walking your hands back is awesome. Or you can take the full wrap here, palms together, thumbs towards the face. Bend into the knees, again, sit the hips down low. Now lift that left leg high up and over the right. And again, tapping the foot, absolutely fine. Or seeing if you can wrap the foot around for the second wrap. And again, that change, we're gonna lift those elbows up. Feel the difference in between the shoulder blades when you lift the elbows up. Wrap the legs a little bit tighter, sit down just a little bit deeper. And change. Inhale, unwind, arms up. And exhale, arms down by the side. That's our warm-up, yogis. If you'd like to take a sip of water, feel free. So for the next thing we're going to do, we are going to use a strap, or I'm going to offer using a strap. So if you want to locate your strap, go ahead and do that. Know that you can take sips of water throughout class. Know that you can sit out and watch certain postures if they're not working for you. You do you today, especially when you're at home. You can really dial into what your own body needs, not worrying about anyone else in the room. Your own personal yoga, which is actually the way it should always be. All right, when you're ready, let's go ahead and come back to the center of your mats. We're going to find variations of standing head to knee. So these are balancing postures, and we're going to work on that standing leg being like a lamppost. That's our base, so we want to build a good base so that we can build from that. If you have a shaky base, it's hard to move on from that. So really focus on the first part of the posture. Have the strap in your hand. You're going to place the weight into the left foot, engage the leg, and lift the right leg up. Now here, if you don't have a strap, you can interlace your fingers underneath your thigh. If you have the strap, I want you to bring it around the bottom of the foot. So the strap is just an extension of our arms. So we're going to work here a little bit lifted today. Beautiful. So the chest can come back here, and you can stay exactly where you are. Or, because we have that extension of the arms today, if you'd like, begin to straighten that leg out. You're flexing the right toes back towards your face. The tension in the strap is helping you to hold up the leg. Re-engage that standing leg for 3, 2, 1, and change. Bend into that knee, release the strap. The strap in the hand, we'll use it for the other side. So step down into the right foot and engage that quad. So you're pulling all the muscles into the bone, and then lift the left leg up. Again, you don't have the strap, you can hold underneath the thigh. You do have the strap, loop it around the bottom of the foot. Again, the strap just as an extension of our arms, so we can stay exactly here. Or, if you would like, begin to kick that left leg out. So the goal here is left leg parallel to the floor, flexing the toes back towards the face. We're keeping the chest lifted here, using the core to hold the leg up. Re-engage that standing leg, make sure it's solid. And change, bend into the knees, slowly release the foot down. And just shake it out for a moment. Beautiful. We'll have an option to do 2 sets of this one. So we have the strap. We're going to have the option to open the leg out to the side. Now, if you would like to challenge yourself a little bit and this posture is easy for you, then I'm going to offer that Padangusthasana grip where you take the peace fingers to the big toe instead. So I'll show both. All right, first side. Bring the weight into the left leg and then lift the right leg up. So if you have the strap and you're using it, bring the strap around the foot again. Or take the peace sign fingers around the big toe if you'd like that little bit of challenge. And then as you're ready, maybe you don't, or you do, you kick that leg out. So the right leg comes out forward. Now, whether you have the strap or not, we have the option to take the right leg out to the side. Beautiful. And from here, you could reach your left arm out for balance. Tita Asta Padangusthasana. Beautiful. And then gently bring the leg forward, bend into the knee, and release. Beautiful. So we have the option for the second side, and again, always know that you can take a different variation. You do what your body needs. As you're ready, step down through that left foot or right foot and lift the left leg up. Again, you have the option for the strap or finding that Padangusthasana grip. Maybe you stay here or begin to lengthen that left leg out long. Right hand could be onto the hip here. Whether you have the strap or not, you have the option to open that left leg out to the side. Balance oftentimes is easier if you let the right arm come out. Tita Asta Padangusthasana. And change. Let that left leg come forward, bend into the knee, slowly coming out of the posture as you came into it. And take a couple breaths here. We're going to keep the strap for the next posture. We're going to do a variation of dancer pose, or Nadarandasana. So, take the strap in both hands, and you are going to put the strap down in front of you, and then step on the strap with the right foot. We're going to cross the strap over the front of the foot, so that means you switch the hands. Take your time here. Now take your left foot and step through the strap. Yes. And then begin to bend into your right knee. Now imagine you're doing bicep curls here. You're bringing the strap up, and maybe you just come to here. If you would like, bring the elbows forward and then start to let them come up over the top of your head. And then you can begin to pull a little bit and kicking that foot into the strap, and you can begin to hinge forward if you'd like. So just dancer pose with a strap makes things a little bit easier. Try to keep that right hip turned down. And change. Go ahead and release. Coming back out of the pose mindfully. Letting the foot come out. We'll take the second side. This time I'll show you from the side. So you're going to take your left foot and step it into the strap. And then switch your hands. Step your right foot through the strap, through the cross. And then begin to kick that heel into the glute. So that's activating and stretching the quad right from the start. Again, take that bicep curl. And then start to point the elbows forward, and then you can lift them up. From here, begin to kick the foot into the strap, and you can begin to tip forward any amount if you would like. See if you can keep your left hip turned down. Just feel the back bend here. And change. Go ahead and release slowly. Beautiful. Keep the strap for one more. You have the option to use it. We're going to do warrior 3 with our foot in a strap, but you don't have to use the strap if you don't want to. If you want to do a different variation of warrior 3 or balancing stick, feel free. Otherwise, step towards the back of your mat. And we're going to take that strap, again, around the right foot. So this time, we're just going to hold the strap in the right hand. You can take the left hand to heart center, or the left arm can fly out to the side or be on the hip. It's completely up to you. So step forward with your left foot and then begin to hinge. Now I want you to pull on the strap and press the foot into the strap. So we're creating that resistance. As you begin to tip forward, keep the foot pressing into the strap and see if you can come down until your body's parallel to the floor. This is just a little support here. So flex the toes down towards the earth. And change. Go ahead and step back. You can step the foot out of the strap. And I'll turn to the side to show you the second side. All right, we're going to step that foot into the strap again. This is the left hand this time and left foot. And right hand can be at heart center or on the hip. And then as you're ready, step the right foot forward and begin to hinge. Again, have the pressure here. So that leverage of your hand pulling on the foot. And then begin to hinge. Keep that leverage here. So it just gives us a little bit of support so we can really feel that that left leg is strong. And change. Slowly step back. And we can set the strap off to the side. Beautiful. As you're ready, let's take a step to the left side of our mats. We're going to stretch out the back sides of the body with a wide-legged forward fold. As you inhale, circle the arms up over the top of the head, pick up your right foot and take a big step out to the right. So we're looking for about 4 foot distance here. Arms come down parallel to the floor. Now feet are either pointing forward or you can pigeon toe the toes, so bringing the toes in and heels out. As you inhale, I really want you to widen the collarbones. So let the chest puff out, chin is lifted, then hinge at the hip. Take your time on the way down. So we're really lengthening the spine. Beautiful. As you arrive down for today's practice, bring the hands underneath the shoulders. So a little bit of support here. And then relax the head and neck down. From here, begin to walk your hands a little bit away from your body. So think of this kind of as a wide leg downward dog. And then slowly let your hips start to come back a little bit. So you're letting your head drop through your arms. See if you can relax your shoulders. A nice stretch for the back side of the body as well. Continue to breathe here. Yogis, we walk our hands back underneath our shoulders and we lengthen the spine in a halfway lift. So straighten your arms here, shoulders even with the hips. From here, bring your hands onto your hips. Keep your spine long, belly in tight, and slowly lift yourself all the way back up. If you need to, the arms can come up over the top of the head if you feel lightheaded. And then take your right foot and step it back in to meet your left. Arms down by the side. Beautiful. Deep breath in and out through the nose. We're going to merge our next couple of postures together. As you inhale, circle the arms up over the top of the head. Pick up that right foot and again step out to the right. Big step, 4-foot distance. Arms down parallel to the floor. Pick up your right toes and turn them to face forward. And then bend down into your right knee. So we're finding what we call in Vinyasa Warrior 2 or Virabhadrasana 2. So bend a little bit deeper into that right knee. The back leg is strong. Back knife edge of the foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat. Now glance down the right middle finger. Yes, Warrior 2. From here we find side angle. So right forearm comes onto the right thigh and then left arm reaches up. Think of that left arm as reaching up towards 12 o'clock. You can turn your chin and look up towards the sky if you would like. So this is our triangle pose that we call it in our Bikram class, our 26 and 2. Now we're going to take this into Vinyasa triangle. Just straighten your front leg. Beautiful. Hand could be onto the shin or thigh here. Try to lift here. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly bring your left hand down to frame your right foot. Step the left foot in as much as you need, and the toes are pointing forward. Now here's a good place for blocks. You can have blocks on the hands here for support, and begin to fold. So this is Parsvottanasana or pyramid pose. Legs are straight or straight-ish. You can have a gentle bend in the knees, and that left heel can be lifted a little bit off the earth if you'd like. We're going to lengthen this a little bit. So hands on blocks or on the floor. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Lift up and lengthen the spine. And then as you exhale, see if you can fold in just a little bit deeper. We'll take that halfway lift again. Lift the shoulders up. This time the hands can come onto the hips and slowly begin to rise up, facing the side the entire way. Once you arrive, pivot the feet forward. Now this is a change. Bring your left foot to meet your right. So you're now on the right side of your mat, or the left side. You should be on the right side. There we go. Take a nice deep breath in and out through the nose. Beautiful. We'll do the second side from here. As you inhale, lift the arms up over the top of the head. Pick up your left foot and take that giant step out. Arms down parallel to the floor. This time the left toes pivot to face the side. And then begin to bend down into that left knee. So again, take a little warm up here in your Warrior 2 stance. Back leg is strong. Knife edge of the foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. Body in the center of the two legs. Now glance down the left middle finger. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana. Bend a little bit deeper into that front knee. From here, we find Parsvatanasana, side angle. Bring that left forearm onto the left thigh, reach the right arm out. 12 o'clock on a clock, eyes can be looking out, or you can turn your head to look for that right thumb. Make sure you haven't lost that nice bend in the front knee. We should still have 90-degree angle. From here, we find Vinyasa triangle. Begin to straighten that front leg. Again, hands could be onto the shin or thigh. Stay a little bit more lifted here. Find expansion. Inhale. As you exhale, that right hand comes down to the earth. We frame the front foot. And again, if you'd like your blocks, have them with you. We're going to step that right foot in a little bit and see if you can point the toes somewhat forward. Beautiful. Find a fold for a moment in pyramid. We'll lengthen the spine one time to get a little bit deeper. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands underneath the shoulders or on blocks. Lengthen the spine. And then as you exhale, see if you can fold just a little bit deeper. So we're keeping our legs straight or straight-ish here. Take a couple more breaths, also called intense side stretch. For me, I definitely feel it more in my hamstrings. So coming out mindfully, we inhale, take a halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Then again, hands onto the hips and slowly rise up. Pivot to face the side. Doesn't matter, feet can just step back together into the center of the mat now. Beautiful, let's shake that out for a moment. So just kind of move yourself around. We have one more standing posture that we're going to take, and we're going to have an option to take a different variation of this one. They're going to be variations of tree pose. So I'll offer Vinyasa style tree pose today. Within we'll go into a stretch for the outer hip if you'd like. So you might want to have your blocks at the front of your mat on either side if you're going to take that option. If not, know that you can always just stay in tree. You're getting a lot of work done there. Okay, so take the right foot and tap it to the floor. So turn the right knee out. So the foot could be to the inside of the ankle. Maybe you lift it up onto the calf. Or you could lift it up into the thigh. So sole of the foot and thigh connect here. Hands could be heart center. This is more the Vinyasa style of tree pose. Lift up and see if you can press your pelvis gently forward. We're working on your balance here. Now you have the option to stay here, or we'll take it into a stretch for the outer hip. So let that right ankle come over the left thigh and then begin to bend into the left knee and begin to sit down. So this is called temple or devotional, sometimes standing figure 4. And this might be where you want your blocks. So the blocks can be here for support for you to get a little bit more into the outer hip. Feel that stretch. And change, slowly rising back up. Let that right foot come down and let's shake it out before we go to the second side. Beautiful. And step down through your right foot. This time you can tap the inside of your left foot into the right ankle, calf, or thigh. Completely up to you. Hands could be on hips, hands could be at heart center. You could grow your branches for a moment if you would like. Find your variation of tree. Working on lifting up and seeing if you can press the pelvis forward here. You can stay exactly where you are. If you'd like to go into that outer hip stretch, let that left ankle come over the right thigh and then begin to bend into that right knee any amount. Like a challenge, hands could stay at heart center. You need a little bit more support, hands on blocks here. Maybe sit down just a little bit deeper. Again, the target area here is the outer hip on the left side. And change, slowly coming back up. Let the foot come back down onto the mat. Find Tadasana for a moment. Tuck your chin into your chest and just take a nice breath here. Beautiful work in our standing series. We will now transition down onto the floor. So find your Shavasana. We will take a little bit of a break here in Shavasana, but it is a posture. To see if your heels can touch, let your feet fall apart. The palms spin towards the sky, arms down close to the sides, and just breathe here. Keep the eyes open if you would like. Just feel the heart beating. Stay within the body as you rest for a bit. Yogis, take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale, and release. Take Padamuttasana next. This one's good for digestion. Lift your right knee up into your chest and interlock your fingers around your right shin. Slowly begin to encourage that right knee in towards the chest. Creating that little bit of compression here. Today's practice, if you'd like, you have the option to take the knee a little bit out to the side if you would like, or you can take little tiny circles here in the hip. Circle it one way and then maybe circle it the other. Beautiful. And then release the right leg down. Lift the left knee up into the chest. Interlock the fingers around the shin if you can, or you can just hold onto the outside of the leg. Very gently encouraging that knee in towards the shoulder. A little bit of compression in the left side of your abdomen. And then if you'd like, you could take that knee a little bit more out to the side. Feel the difference. Maybe taking small circles with that knee. If you're feeling any popping or clicking, make the circle smaller, or perhaps don't do it, especially if you're feeling pain. Take it back the other direction if you're taking those circles. Beautiful. And then let the left leg come down onto the mat. Use your core strength and hug both knees into the chest. You can hold on to the outsides of the knees, or you can wrap your arms all the way around the knees if you would like. Let your head and neck relax down for a moment. Squeeze everything in. Take a variation of happy baby here. Begin to release the arms and hold on behind the back of the thighs. Kick your feet up towards the sky. Keep the bend in the knees and begin to encourage the knees towards the armpits. You can hold on behind the back of the thighs, or if it's available to you, you can reach up to the outsides of the feet. Nandavalasana, maybe rock back and forth if that feels good to you. Beautiful. Releasing the feet, hug the knees back into the chest. You could cross the ankles here if you would like. Hold on behind the back of the thighs and begin to rock yourself up and down, the length of the spine here. Giving your spine a little massage. If this does not feel good to you, feel free to skip it. We're eventually going to meet on our bellies. So if you're rocking, if it's okay with your knees, you can just rock up over the knees and then lie down onto your belly. Once you reach your belly, we're going to work a little bit on our lower back strength, so the muscles around our spine. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. So this is Cobra Pose or Bhujangasana. For today's practice, bring the feet a little bit farther apart if you would like, so the legs don't have to be together. You're going to press the shoelace part of your foot down. Squeeze the elbows into the sides. As you inhale, just gently lift your head, neck, and chest up off of the mat. You might not come up very high for this first one. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly lower down. Beautiful. Keep your hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to do that again. As you inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose, maybe you lift up a little bit higher this time. Watch out for feeling any compression in the lower back. Then exhale, lower down. We're going to do it one more time. As you inhale, rise up, Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. Maybe come up a little bit higher. Belly button left onto the mat, 90-degree angle in the arms, and you can look up. And then exhale, slowly lower down. Let your arms come out to the side and then stack your palms so the elbows are wide. We're going to find crocodile pose. Forehead down onto the stacked palms. Just take a couple breaths here. Working into a variation of locust pose or Shalabhasana, we're going to find those cactus arms again. So let the arms come out cactus style, and then the forehead down onto the mat. Now for this first variation, we're just going to lift the upper body up, so the legs are going to stay rooted to the earth. As you inhale, lift up. If that's too much for your arms, you can bring them down by your sides if you would prefer. Otherwise, keep the cactus arms and see if you can lengthen the spine here. Beautiful. And exhale, lower down. Maybe the opposite palm on top this time. Find crocodile pose. So we're working the muscles on the back side of the body, especially along the sides of the spine. Very important for our core strength and to keep our spine safe. Second variation here of locust pose. Again, find the cactus arms if that's okay for your body. This time we'll have the option to lift the legs as well. So as you inhale, lift the head, neck, shoulders, arms, and then perhaps the legs lift off of the mat as well. And finding those cactus arms, keep the shoulders wide here. So widening the collarbones as you lift up. And then exhale, slowly lower down again. Find crocodile pose. Our final variation of locust pose, bring the arms again out into cactus shape, forehead down. As you inhale, lift everything up off of the mat. Now you can stay here, or you can just swing the arms back in space. So think airplane arms. The palms can face one another here, and if it's available to you, you could find that bind like we did at the beginning of practice and press the palms together. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Again, find crocodile pose. Let the forehead come down onto the stacked palms. Yogis, begin to lift up and then place your right hand underneath your shoulder and just roll onto your left side. Bend the knees a little bit and kind of adjust yourself. You're going to bring your left hand underneath your temple so that you've got a little bit of support here. So I sometimes call this beach asana. It's like you're laying on your side. We're going to take a stretch for the quad and a little bit of a back bend. So kick your right heel in towards your glutes, and then the right hand can reach around and hold on to the foot. You can't reach the foot, know that you could use a strap. And then begin to kick or squeeze the heel in towards the glute first. So feel that this is a nice stretch for the quad. And you can lengthen your bottom leg out if that helps you. And then begin to kick the foot into the hands now and feel how that takes it a little bit more into a back bend. Beautiful. And slowly release. Roll onto your belly and then roll up onto the other side. Again, find your beach asana. And then as you're ready, let that left heel come in towards the glutes. Left hand reaches around and holds onto the foot. Begin by, keep saying that first, squeezing the heel in towards the glute. So what that does is that lengthens out the front of your leg, the quad, which many of us find tight. You can stay here just working that. You can move the knee back a little bit in space to feel it. If you'd like to take it into the back bend, now begin to kick the foot into the hands, and you can take it a little bit more into a back bend here. Beautiful, and change, slowly release. Roll back onto your belly, find crocodile pose. Beautiful. From here, we'll stretch out the lower back a little bit. So bend into the knees to let the soles of the feet come towards the ceiling. And then very gently just begin to let those feet wave left and right. So we're releasing the lower back here after we did some work on it. And then let the legs come out long onto the mat. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourself up. And come to sitting on your heels. Now this is a point in practice where you might want to have some blocks. We're going to work on hero's pose, but we're going to do it one side at a time. So again, a lot of us are pretty tight in our quads. We've done a little work to try to stretch them out. Know if seated in this posture doesn't work for you, you can go back to that beach asana that we just did and still work on lengthening out the quads. Otherwise, you might want to employ a block to sit on, or even 2 blocks. So you can lift yourself up if you'd like. If you don't need to, that's fine too. We're going to keep the right leg tucked behind us. We're going to lean over and kick the left leg out long. So we're taking hero's pose, but only on one side at a time. So we have that right knee bent, the right shoelace part of the foot down. Try not to sit on the heel here. And you can stay lifted here. You could also begin to fold forward. If you would like, you could also recline. You can come down onto the elbows, maybe you stay here, or you can come all the way down onto your back. Try to keep that right knee attached to the earth. We'll just take a couple breaths in whatever variation that you're in. And go ahead and change. So let that right leg come out forward. You're sitting on the props. Be careful here. You might take them out for a second and then kind of shake the legs out. We'll take the second side. So know that this could be different than the first side. We're really looking out for the knee here. We don't want any pain in the knee, especially sharp or shooting pain. If you're feeling that, then I want you to take that beach asana to work on the quad a bit. Otherwise, you can tuck that left foot behind you. So that shoelace part of the foot is down, the heel is to the outside. And again, you can stay exactly here. This is a lot, just stretching out the front of the quad, or you can begin to fold forward. You might feel it a little bit thin in the hamstring. Or you have the option to come back. Now, if you have blocks underneath your hips, especially 2, I don't want you to come back any farther than this. If you don't have the blocks, then you can come down onto your elbows and perhaps recline all the way into half hero's pose. So taking postures one side at a time sometimes make them a little bit more manageable for the body. And change. If you've reclined, slowly come back up with support, lean onto the side, kick your feet out in front of you. And again, let's shake out the legs. Beautiful. Bend into the knees, and then let the knees fall to the side. We're going to come to standing on our knees. So we're going to have variations of camel pose here, or Ustrasana. For today's practice, when you stand up on the knees, I'd like you to tuck the toes. So this is also a stretch for the bottoms of the feet. So tuck your toes underneath. Your knees are about inner hips width distance. Bring the hands onto the hips. Squeeze the elbows together and lift the chest, widen the collarbones. Maybe you stay exactly right here. You're already in a back bend. Or if you'd like, you can begin to drop the head back. The trap muscles in the back kind of make a little pillow for the head. If you'd like to go deeper, hands one at a time, you can come down onto those heels. Maybe with the toes tucked, it's a little bit more accessible. Continue to lift the chest up here as you press the hips forward. And change. Hands come onto the hips, untuck the toes, and then slowly sit down onto your heels for a moment. We're going to take 2 rounds of this today. All right, second set, stand up onto the knees. Again, you can tuck the toes this time, or if you'd like, you could leave them untucked. It's completely up to you. Hands come onto the hips. Squeeze the elbows together, really lift the chest. Maybe you stay here in this variation of the back bend, or you could drop your head back. And again, you have the option to hold on to the heels if you would like. Try to find expansion in the chest. If you're feeling compression in the lower back, or it's feeling crunchy, I don't want that. So I want you to bring your hands back onto your hips and work on stretching up. Take one more breath here. And change. Hands come onto the hips to support yourself back up. And then again, we sit down onto the heels for a moment. The best way to release back bends are taking gentle twists. So we're going to twist it out for a moment. So take your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Right hand comes behind you. And then just very gently take a twist to the side. Release that twist, come back through center, and we'll take it the other way. Right hand to the outside of left knee, left arm behind you, and a gentle twist. Beautiful, and release, come back to center. We're gonna take embryo pose. So it's kind of like child's pose, but we keep the knees together here. The arms can stay down by the sides. So I'm gonna show you from the side. So you just fold forward, just round forward. Let your forehead touch down. I like to leave my hands up so my palms are facing up. And you just find some relaxation here. Couple breaths here, just countering all the back bending that we did. This one has your spine in flexion. It's also a nice pose to take if everything becomes overwhelming or just a little bit too much for you. Just take a couple breaths, turning inward in embryo pose, and that can tend to help. Beautiful. Hands come underneath the shoulders and slowly lift back up. Sit to one side or the other, and again, kick your feet out in front of you. Now here, if you would like, we're going to find a straight-legged forward fold. It's called Paschimottanasana, or sometimes caterpillar. You could always bring a blanket underneath the hips if you'd like to lift up a little bit here, or even sit on a block or bolster. Otherwise, maybe moving the flesh away from the sits bones. And we're going to start out here with a lengthened spine. So I actually want you to bring your hands down onto the earth. Widen the collarbones and drop the shoulders away from the ears. Flex the toes in towards the face. So this takes work here. Now very gently, without changing the spine, just walk the hands a little bit forward. Notice that you're not going very far. When we keep the spine lengthened, it's a very different feeling. Now you can tuck the chin into the chest and begin to round the spine and fold forward a little bit deeper. Perhaps you'd like to let your palms face the ceiling in somewhat of a surrender. You could hold on to your feet if you'd like with a gentle pull, but not too much. This stretches out the entire back side of the body, especially the hamstrings. And change. Slowly begin to rise up. Walk your hands back in towards your body. Take a variation of Janushirasana. So let the right leg come out a little bit, and then bring the left sole of the foot to the inner right thigh. So again, this is Janushirasana here. So walk your hands to turn to face your right leg, and then gently begin to fold forward. And again, you can have that rounded spine here, that's fine. And then we'll gently walk our hands to the center and begin to fold here, and maybe come down onto your elbows. Beautiful. Gently begin to walk your hands back up towards your body. We're going to take a twist here. So take your left hand behind your body and your right hand to the outside of your bent left knee. And just take a twist. Beautiful. And then keep that hand holding onto the bent knee. Take your left arm and reach it back over the other direction. So maybe feel a little stretch in the side body here. Beautiful. And then for a moment, just bring your left hand down and hold on to the outside of your right leg. So your arms are crossed. Tuck your chin into your chest and fold forward. And then see if you can pull just a little bit on your legs and feel the stretch in between the shoulders. Releasing the arms back behind you, lean back, and we're going to switch out the legs. So the left leg out corner-wise this time, right foot into the inner thigh. And again, we walk our hands to frame our left leg and begin to fold forward into a mat. Absolutely okay to have a rounded spine in this variation. So rounded spine versus lengthened spine is neither right nor wrong, one or the other. It just has different target areas we're looking for. And then gently walk your hands to the center and fold. Maybe you come down onto the elbows. And gently beginning to rise up, walking the hands back in towards the body. And again, we'll take that twist. So the right hand behind the body, the left hand to the outside of the bent knee, and gently twist to the side. Hold up the leg with the left hand. Use that leverage to then reach your right arm the other direction. So feeling that stretch in the side body. And just for a moment, bring that right hand to the outside of the left leg. So the arms cross here. Bring the body back to center. And then tuck chin into chest, round. And if you'd like, begin to pull a little bit on the legs. And you'll feel that stretch behind the shoulder blades. It's a little weird area to stretch, but it should feel pretty good. Gently release, bring the hands behind you, lean back. We're going to plant the soles of the feet onto the earth for a moment and just let the knees kiss. Stay here for just a moment. And we'll release the lower back with some windshield wipes. Very gently let the knees come side to side. You can widen the feet a little bit here if you'd like. A little stretch for the outer hips. Just enjoy this one. Beautiful. Go ahead and stop into the center. And you're going to hold on behind the back of your thighs and slowly lower yourself down onto the mat. We're going to end just by finding a Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees come out wide. You can place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. This variation doesn't work for you, know that you can lengthen your legs out long, or you can plant the feet and let the knees tent in. Just take a couple of breaths here, letting everything settle in. Nice external rotation of the hips to end. This is your final Shavasana here. You could lengthen the legs out long if you would prefer. You could hug the knees into your chest. Just take a couple moments here in whatever resting position feels good for you. So while you're enjoying your final Shavasana, I thought I would read a full moon affirmation. Tonight is our full moon, and it is a pink supermoon on top of it, so that's pretty cool. So here's a full moon affirmation that perhaps you could use. I am choosing to let go of any negative energies, tension, anxiety, and memories that are no longer of service to my highest and greatest good across all planes of my existence and lifetimes. I ask of you, Mother Moon, to heal me from the past so I can grow into the future. One more time, I am choosing to let go of any negative energies, tension, anxiety, and memories that are no longer of service to my highest and greatest good across all planes of my existence and lifetime. I ask of you, Mother Moon, to heal me from the past so I could grow into the future. Yogis, please take time for yourself here in Shavasana as long as you would like. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Continue to practice yoga. Tell your friends about yoga. The world really needs it right now. Namaste.